Living in the present is not just a mental exercise, but a deep transformation of one's consciousness. It requires the dissolution of the ego, which thrives on attachment to the past and future. The ego wants to keep us trapped in thoughts of what was or what might be, constantly distracting us from the only real moment, the now. But as we learn to quiet the mind and detach from the constant chatter, we begin to experience the peace and presence that the now offers. To begin embracing the present, we must first accept the reality of this moment, regardless of external circumstances. Our external world often tries to pull us away from the present, distracting us with worries, desires, and distractions. But when we accept the moment as it is, without resistance, we align ourselves with the flow of life. The present moment is always perfect because it is the only moment we truly have. By letting go of resistance and accepting reality, we stop fighting with what is, allowing peace and stillness to enter our lives. It is important to realize that the mind's chatter is not who we are. We are not our thoughts, we are the awareness behind them. When we identify with our thoughts, we create a false sense of self tied to the stories of the past and future. But when we observe our thoughts without attachment, we can transcend the ego and experience a state of pure awareness. This state of pure awareness is categorized by a sense of inner stillness. This stillness is not an absence of activity, but a deep sense of presence and openness to the present moment. In this state, we are fully engaged with life, but without attachment to outcomes or expectations. We experience life as it is, free from the filters of judgment and resistance. A key aspect of the present moment is its impermanence. Everything is constantly changing and nothing stays the same. When we accept this, we stop clinging to things or people, knowing that they too are part of the flow of life. This acceptance brings freedom from the fear of loss, as we no longer rely on external circumstances for our happiness. In this process of embracing the present, it is important to develop a sense of gratitude. Gratitude allows us to see the beauty in each moment, no matter how ordinary or challenging it may seem. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our perspective and align with the abundance of life. As we continue practice being present, we begin to experience a profound shift in our consciousness. We no longer see ourselves as separate from others, but as interconnected with all of life. This interconnectedness fosters compassion, understanding, and love, allowing us to live in harmony with ourselves and others. In conclusion, living in the now is the key to experiencing true freedom and peace. It requires letting go of the mind's distractions, embracing the impermanence of life, and being present in each moment. Through this practice, we unlock a deeper sense of peace, contentment, and connection with the world around us. When we talk about the present moment, it's not about doing something in the present, but being in it. Most of the time, our attention is scattered across various things, whether it's thinking about the past or worrying about the future. The mind constantly moves, jumping from thoughts to thought, never allowing us to experience life as it is. To truly live in the now, we must let go of this mental chatter and fully embrace the present moment. The power of the present moment lies in its simplicity and its ability to bring us into a state of awareness. In this state, we are no longer identified with the stories of the mind, the dramas of the ego, or the judgments of the past. We are simply present, aware, alert, and open to the experience of life as it unfolds. The essence of life is not in the past or the future, but in the now. When we stop clinging to the past or obsessing over the future, we open ourselves to the richness of the present. The present moment is the only time when we can experience life directly without the filter of our thoughts and perceptions. It is only by being fully present and we can truly know life as it is without distortion. Being present doesn't mean we stop doing things or living our lives. It means we are no longer attached to the outcome of our actions. We act without being caught up in the need for success or the fear of failure. This brings a sense of freedom as we no longer allow external circumstances to dictate our happiness. When we are fully present, we also start to feel a deeper sense of connection with others. In the absence of the ego, there is no sense of separation between ourselves and others. We recognize that we are all part of the same consciousness, sharing the same essence of being. This realization fosters compassion and understanding as we no longer see others as separate or different. The ego's constant need for more success, more approval, more possessions keeps us trapped in the cycle of seeking and never finding true fulfillment. The pursuit of external validation leads us further away from the present moment, where we true peace resides. But when we stop chasing after more, we open ourselves to the peace that already exists within us, waiting to be experienced. As we practice being in the present moment, we begin to notice a shift in our experience of time. Time no longer feels like an enemy, something to be conquered or defeated. Instead, it becomes an ally, a natural flow that we move with rather than against. This shift in perception allows us to experience a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment, regardless of how much we achieve or accomplish. Ultimately, the present moment is the gateway to the life we seek. It is only when we fully accept the now that we can experience the fullness of life, unfiltered, unmediated, and full of possibilities. The present moment is not a destination, but a state of being. In this state, we find peace, joy, and the realization that we are, in essence, already whole.